Students will sequence 5 key events on a timeline, bridging before Common Era and Common Era, to contextualize the Middle Ages. They'll paraphrase from the reader to discuss significant people, events, and ideas. Using Activity Page 1.1, they'll label a map to locate modern-day Spain, France, England, Germany, and Italy, identifying them as part of the Roman Empire. Begin by reviewing prior knowledge with a map of Europe and timeline cards. Label modern-day countries like Spain and France, identifying them as part of the Roman Empire. In small groups, create a timeline to contextualize the Middle Ages. Introduce the reader and Chapter 1, followed by a read-aloud and discussion. Conclude with word work on transform. Display a map of Europe and timeline cards for Egypt, Greece, Rome, and the first Thanksgiving. Add a card for the current year with a recognizable image. Use before Common Era and Common Era to denote ancient and modern times, aligning with modern historical practices. Before Common Era equals before Christ, and Common Era equals Anno Domini, providing a non-religious reference framework. The Middle Ages, a pivotal era, is explored through academic vocabulary. Words like brief and category help classify and describe this period. Understanding consequence and explanatory aids in grasping historical impacts. Informative texts provide factual insights, while reflect encourages critical thinking. These terms are essential for analyzing the Middle Ages' complexities and their relevance today. In the Middle Ages, understanding key vocabulary is crucial. Terms like medieval, empire, and papacy are domain-specific, while words like transform and seize are general academic. Students will sequence events on a timeline, placing the Middle Ages in historical context, drawing on prior knowledge of ancient civilizations like Mesopotamia, Egypt, Greece, and Rome. The Roman Empire, a vast and powerful entity, began over 2,000 years ago. It encompassed regions now known as Spain, France, England, Germany, and Italy. The empire's expansion led to challenges in governance. During this era, Christianity emerged, becoming a significant influence, with Latin as the official language of both the government and the church. During this unit on the Middle Ages, we'll explore the region once dominated by the Roman Empire. We'll discuss the empire's decline, the significance of Latin, and the church's role in post-Roman Europe. Using a timeline, students will place events in chronological order, understanding before Common Era and Common Era as historical markers. The Middle Ages, spanning from 450 to the late 1400s Common Era, bridges ancient and modern times. Historians use this term to describe the era between the fall of the Roman Empire and the Renaissance. This period is crucial for understanding the development of Western Europe, particularly the influence of the Roman Empire on this region. The Middle Ages, spanning from 450 to the late 1400s Common Era, is a pivotal era in history. This period bridges ancient and modern times, marked by the fall of the Roman Empire and the rise of medieval societies. Understanding this era involves exploring key events, influential figures, and transformative ideas that shaped Europe, particularly its western regions. Let's delve into key vocabulary from the Middle Ages. Medieval is an adjective relating to this era. Transform is a verb meaning to change something completely. Empire refers to a group of regions under one ruler. Seize means to take, while loot involves stealing by force. Infamous describes being well known for negative reasons. Papacy is the Pope's office, and nobleman denotes a high social class member. The Middle Ages, spanning over a millennium, is a term coined by modern historians to describe the era between ancient and modern times. People of that era considered themselves modern, unaware of being in a middle period. Familiar elements like knights and castles are iconic representations of this fascinating historical epoch. Medieval, an adjective for the Middle Ages, marks a pivotal era. The Roman Empire's vastness led to its division into eastern and western parts, a key event shaping Western Europe. This split allowed various tribes labeled as barbarians by Romans to invade. These groups, not speaking Latin, were seen as foreigners, impacting the empire's stability. Germanic tribes like the Franks, Visigoths, and Vandals invaded the Roman Empire as its defenses weakened. The Vandals' destructive raids gave rise to the term vandalism. Meanwhile, Attila the Hun led his nomadic tribe from Central Asia, pushing these Germanic tribes further into the Western Roman Empire, reshaping the region's dynamics. The papacy, the office of the Pope, became a central force as the Christian Church gained power during the Middle Ages. As barbarian tribes invaded, the Church offered stability and hope, converting many, including Germanic tribes. This era marked the rise of powerful kings and the blending of Roman, Germanic, and Christian influences, shaping Western Europe. Charlemagne's influence was profound. He fostered new ideas in art and education, established feudalism, and rewarded service with land. Life in the Middle Ages was slower, with time marked by nature. Travel was rare, and language barriers isolated communities. Despite this, a deep devotion to God inspired monumental projects like cathedrals, reflecting a timeless commitment to faith. Charlemagne's influence on Europe was profound, introducing education, art, and feudalism. Life in the Middle Ages was marked by limited travel and diverse dialects, leading to isolated communities. People measured time by natural events, and their lives revolved around local affairs and religious devotion, with impressive projects like cathedrals reflecting their faith. The diagram illustrates medieval feudal society, highlighting power dynamics. The left arrow signifies protection offered by those higher up, while the right arrow shows loyalty sworn by those below. This hierarchical system, known as medieval feudal society, placed the most powerful at the top and the least powerful at the bottom. The Black Death, a devastating plague, swept through Europe in the 1300s, killing 1/3 of the population. Despite this, the Middle Ages saw the rise of impressive architecture, with castles and churches adorning the landscape. This era also featured jousts and court jesters, offering a glimpse into medieval life and the path to knighthood. Despite the devastation of the Black Death, the Middle Ages saw the rise of impressive architecture. This era produced beautiful castles and churches, enriching the landscape. These structures not only served as functional spaces, but also as symbols of resilience and creativity during challenging times. Medieval Musings invites exploration of intriguing Middle Ages facts. For instance, rosemary, a fragrant herb, was used for dental hygiene. The telescope, a revolutionary tool for observing distant stars, was invented. Additionally, the Angles, Saxons, and Jutes settled in what became known as England, named after the Angles. These insights enrich our understanding of medieval life. To discover the plant used for dental care in the Middle Ages, consult an encyclopedia under Middle Ages, or dental care. Alternatively, conduct an internet search on medieval dental practices. This exploration will reveal the plant, starting with R, that was used for cleaning teeth during that era. The Middle Ages, spanning roughly 1,000 years, is named for its position between ancient and modern times. During this era, the Roman Empire split, leading to invasions by tribes like the Franks and Visigoths. The Church gained immense power, providing stability. Charlemagne's feudal system offered protection amidst frequent invasions, ensuring loyalty from serfs and freemen. In the Middle Ages, life was deeply connected to natural rhythms, unlike today's clock-driven society. People embarked on monumental projects like cathedrals, rarely traveling far from home. The term transform signifies a complete change, often positive, as seen when the Roman Empire split, reshaping Western Europe. Discuss examples of transformation using this context. Encourage students to write a sentence using transform to assess their understanding. If needed, pair them with peers for collaborative learning. Assign activity page 1.4 for reading and comprehension practice, ensuring answers are in complete sentences. Provide activity page 1.5 as a reference tool for the unit. and offer additional fluency practice if necessary.